The junior heavyweights continue to shine as only they can. I'm John Renton with my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Best of Super Juniors 29 Night 2 event, B Block of Action. Yeah, it's no longer A Block and B Block, it's A Block of B Block. Thanks to a particular friend of mine that has forever etched it into my skull, into my very soul. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. I do want to once again reiterate that if I have to do any double reviews of this tournament field, I do apologize in advance. So if you don't see the videos up in single format, that's why, because I have a lot of work and a lot of other projects going on. That being said, pretty decent event here. I do like that they're under 3 hours, so they're easy to get through, especially if you have other things that you have to do, and there was some good action while not overstaying. No match was overstaying its welcome, basically. Kevin Kelly was flying solo, and Kevin Kelly's really good at calling a show by himself, but Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton really just do have that natural chemistry, and I prefer a two-man commentary booth. Crocodile Connors, as I'm calling Clark Connors, because that's not a knife. That's not a knife. My knife was never good enough for you, was it, mother? Nobody gets that reference. But in all seriousness, Crocodile Clark Connors, that's really hard to say, teamed up with Oiwa and Fujita, taking on Yo, Tenzan, and Nakashima. Tenzan's got to be done pretty soon, I would imagine, within the next 2 years. I mean, he's a legend. He's done a lot of great shit, as far as being a multi-time champion and doing some really, really great shit, and can still go to an extent, but there is a time to hang it up. But nevertheless, the Young Lions got to show off briefly, and trophy kill 1, 2, 3, Crocodile Connors gets the victory. And then Ace Austin teamed up with Tiger Mask to take on Kanemaru and Taka. Ace versus Kanemaru is certainly going to be interesting, and there wasn't much to this. The fold on Taka, 1, 2, 3. Sho Ishimori and Dick took on Taguchi, Alex Zane, and Jado. Oh boy, more House of Bullet Club torture bullshit. There's tensions between Sho and Ishimori because they're not sure about the House of Torture and Bullet Club stuff, and this inter-faction warfare between two factions that aren't any fucking good, despite any talent that may be involved. That's going to be great business. So anyway, nevertheless, Taguchi can be serious, and I understand him doing the comedy, but he's got to maybe be a little bit more serious. In these tag matches, I sort of get it, but I wish he was just a little bit more serious because he can work. The match was the usual. Dick chokes Jado from behind, easy for me to say, and the Sneck bite. No sneak on Sneck. And he got the victory there. Great, good, great. Maybe Sho can actually cut down on the interference bullshit, but still be a good heel. Now we move on to the B Blockout format. Doki took on El Lindemann. Instant fisting action to start. Lindemann got to show off a bit and actually show off some good power. Doki kept trying to get him with the Doki Chokey, Kevin. And then Suplex de la Luna, 1, 2, 3. It was under 10 minutes, and it was fine. It was fine. You get to hear Doki's theme that's actually pretty goddamn good, or goes hard, as the kids say. I am 41 years old trying to keep up with the kids. I am in fucking trouble. But in all seriousness, Doki's theme's pretty cool, and this was a fine match. ELP took on Bushi, where there was a lot of comedy and showing up in Bushi mocking ELP. The missile dive by Bushi was impressive, more back and forth, and eventually CR2, 1, 2, 3. There you go. ELP gets the victory. Robbie Eagles took on Wheeler Yuta in a pretty good match with some nice wrestling. There was some good knee targeting by Robbie Eagles, as you would expect, set up for the Ron Miller special. Yuta did fight back while selling his knee, did get to the ropes after the Ron Miller special was locked on. Looked like he might get the victory. There were some roll-ups, but alas, a roll-up from Robbie Eagles. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, Robbie Eagles manages to get the win. I mean, he's a former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, and Wheeler Yuta is probably going to maybe get 8 points here, but have a good showing. Because that's the whole point of this. We're trying to get, they're trying to hype up this, gradually hype up the AEW versus New Japan Forbidden Door pay-per-view. But New Japan has their own business to worry about with this tournament and New Japan Dominion on June 12th. Which is an event I have a feeling I'm not going to be very happy with at the end, with Jay White and Kazuchika Okada. And if you know, you know, but I'll talk about that when we get to the finals on June 3rd. So, it was what it was. Fine match, though. TJP with Empire's Kyle Fletcher, I believe. I don't really know, and I don't really necessarily care. No offense against the guy. Mainly because TJP's a fine athlete. He is not nearly as interesting or as, noteworthy as he thinks he is. He's more of a fucking joke, despite how he can somewhat go in the ring. So TJP took on Master Wato. There was a missed spiral tap and then a splash and an STF variation for the win. I didn't really care about this match, so it wasn't too bad. And then we get to Despy versus Teton. Sorry. I'll stop laughing one of these days. No, I won't. But Despy's having a career year, in all honesty. Actually, he's been doing pretty well since before the pandemic, rising up gradually. May end up being in my top 10 favorite wrestlers of the year list for what that's fucking worth, because I'm just one fan. But Despy, I guess, was a de facto heel, even ripped at Teton's mask, sorry. And he kept targeting the knee, even though Teton, sorry, did hit the Asai moonsault. Really, really nice move there. He did get numero dos at one point, but okay. Titan got to the goddamn rope. I gotta say it that way, because otherwise I'm gonna laugh every time. He did hit a nice tornado DDT to a pop. And there were some good counters, but then the hard fist, boom, and then Pinche Loco, 1, 2, 3, and Despy gets the victory, and there you go. That's it. Despy cuts a promo afterwards I didn't understand, and Charlton wasn't there to translate. I don't understand Japanese. I maybe understand 3 words, and I couldn't even tell you what those words actually are. I would have to hear them. But anyway, yeah, that's it for the first night of B Block of Action. We'll see what nights 3 and 4 bring. If I have to take those 2 videos, Human Centipede them together, and put them up on Thursday afternoon, I do apologize in advance. That may also happen with some of the ones later in the tournament, but we will see. Agree, disagree, what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.